friends. Tonight's book review, unannounced. I find it to be an awesome topic, actually one of the best that I've thought of lately. Anybody out there? That's all right. Oh, I've got one viewer. We take it slow tonight. We try to get people in the chat. We're talking about thought forms tonight. As promised, I'm here. I am here for you. Thought Forms is a fascinating book. There's actually a lot of things that I can't share about what I've discovered from this book, but I will give you the generalities. And I hope people share some things that they don't mind, because some of the things that come up with it's kind of personal for people. This is a book, Thought Forms, by Annie Besant and C.W. Leadbeater. I can't pronounce his name. Charles Webster Leadbeater. I prefer to think that's by Annie, actually. They're of the Theosophical Society, and I once used to visit there with my master, and he would teach Qigong there as we were guests of the Theosophical Society. Somewhere in New England, in an undisclosed location. This is a short book. It's only about 84 pages or so, but it's packed with information. As a disclaimer, if you're having trouble with any delusions or psychiatric stuff, maybe you don't want to tell anybody, but you suffer from narcissistic personality disorder or anything of that nature, you might want to turn this little blog off. If you're having troubles lately and you think you're seeing things, you're thinking you're great, or you're thinking you're bad, or you're thinking your thoughts influence things a little too much in a non-lucid, sensible way, you may want to shut this off, just as a disclaimer. And I usually don't do disclaimers, and I made a monad of Dr. John D with spooky music, and I just put it on here for no reason. That being said, let's get down to it. We can do it. This book, Thought Forms, A Record of Clairvoyant Investigation, was first published in 1901 in the great city of London, otherwise known as the Roman city, founded city of Londinium. So this book tells about the visualization of thoughts, experiences, emotions, sometimes music, and the drawings of thought forms and so forth. Do our thoughts influence things? Our feelings, our emotions? This book is about dealing with that, understanding that. Thoughts are things. Colors mean things. Music means things. The light around people, the aura means something. Yes, there's higher things that are desired, and there's bodily things and mentally things that are desired that create thought forms. So, in other words, are there things with, that's why they say, what you think about, you bring about, be positive. Are there things in our environment that come up that affect things? There's actually some events of my recent history that I would love to share, but they're too weird. I'd sound like a dick. Anybody out there? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alice Bailey. Hey, yeah. Hi, Pedro. Yes. There's another book by her, right? But I'm talking about thought forms tonight. I think I'm talking about Annie Besant, but Alice Bailey, is that another book? What's the one? Just played some vintage rock. Twilight Zone, Golden Earring. I'll check out the lyrics to Alfridge. Very fitting. Ooh. Well, that's kind of what I was going into, Pedro. Music. So do people, if you go down to a lower vibration, does it affect? Sometimes we're getting into a little megalomania, a little psychosis, a little narcissism, a little weirdness. Sometimes I wonder about other books like this, like The Secret, which is good. It's good to have a good attitude. I don't know what you guys think. Sometimes I think The Secret goes a little too far. It's good to be positive, but they show their mansions and stuff. They show how good looking they are after The Secret. They get plastic surgery. Their teeth are really white. They get really rich. It's The Secret. I don't know. It's good to be prosperous, and you shouldn't wish to be poor. But shit, if The Secret is asking for that, I got to be frank on that particular book. We're talking about devil worship. Ben Stiller, a long, long time ago, did a book. I mean, I love Tony Robbins. He's interesting, but he did a book. No, he did a bit. He did a bit when he was Tony Robbins. He put like suntan lotion on himself, and his teeth were all shiny. And Ben Stiller was like, "I am a genius. You will be positive. Look at my teeth. I will rule you. I am not the devil. I am not Satan." And yet, you got to be positive. You got to be positive. So this other book, the Theosophical Society book, Twilight Zone, has inspired me to set up my rolling kit. Got to get some grooves. An antidote to the psychic warfare. I agree, my brother. Or if you can do it, what's wrong with life if you believe in Santa Claus, right? Why keep it real when you can keep it diluted? So Annie is certainly, she was a disciple of the fascinating occultist Madame Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. This sounds a little weird. Her picture, I'm not to judge anybody's physical appearance, but you might say she maybe wasn't the most aesthetic person. And it is reported that because she was so smart, this is a side note, that, Miss Blavatsky was quite attractive to men because of her awesome intelligence, her knowledge, and that way. I know that's very negative to say. You're not supposed to speak that way about people. I do apologize. I just note that, and I'm really thinking in terms of Annie's mentor, Madame Blavatsky. She was appealing to people, probably both men and women, because of, her incredible energy power. And yes, everything she spoke and written about and was about and had all these followers certainly could have been an absolute bullshit. And yet, she was pretty popular. We've been talking for months and months about Crowley. No question, Madame Blavatsky was on his level. I know a lot of people be like, no way, not the Great Beast. She couldn't be as cool as him. Hey, she wrote Isis Unveiled and all this stuff. They're in the same league, if you will. Every thought, she said, and Leadbeater said. I believe they were both spiritualists. I think Leadbeater was more of a spiritualist. C.W. Leadbeater is her co-author in this one. She says, quote unquote, she postulated that our minds emit vibrations that produce different shades and colors. Every thought gives rise to a set of correlated vibrations. So this is very interesting. So in the lockdown, they've told people that Pornhub is free. So therefore, 300 million people in America in lockdown looked at filthy movies. Ah! Did anybody looking at them, are they in charge of the nuclear weapons? I'm just questioning. Not to judge. Stash is not here to judge. I'm just wondering. What kind of mental energy goes out into the universe? Imagine the mental crap from, oh God, and the music, the vibrations of the music of our soft culture. Often on the internet, guys will talk about the writer and former high-up government official, Zbigniew Brzezinski. He talked about the incredible addictive nature of America's quote-unquote soft power. The pop culture of the United States is so irresistible. But we have to question, let's be honest. Is a lot of it crap. Let's continue. Every thought gives rise to a set of correlated vibrations. She says, take this a step further. These are mental vibrations. They create thought forms, i.e., floating physical shapes. Floating physical shapes which mirror our reality. The unseen world rules the visible. Oh, Pedro, I gotta do probably a thing about Rudolf Steiner. That reminds me, what you're saying there. Your comments remind me of the work of Rudolf Steiner. Makes me think I just gotta purchase new wardrobes every day, because if you're icky and dirty, Steiner used to postulate that every piece of bacteria attracts negative spiritual energy onto you, in addition to making you look crappy. Anyway, back to this one. I'm so hyper tonight. I should not have a large iced coffee to go before this vlogging. I'll never be a good vlogger. I'll never be a PewDiePie if I don't smarten up. I gotta be like PewDiePie. By the way, what is he even talking about? I don't understand it, PewDiePie. I think my vlog is even less bad than his. Just saying. Let's continue. Oh, so if you, she says, she continues, from my notes, if these limitless thought forms were multiplied together, our perceptions of reality, in quotes, reality in quotes, because you know reality bites. If these limitless thought forms were multiplied together, our perception of reality could be likened to peering through a veil of energy. Woo! Vibrations, i.e., wave functions. In this regard, the perceptual universes we create depend largely on the vibrations of our culture, traditions, people we associate it. So if we have muddled and cloudy thought forms, we have a fucking muddled and clouded reality. Eesh. I totally buy this, by the way. So this the result, so says Miss Besant, thought forms result from low vibrational inputs, whereas clearly distinct thought forms emerge from higher vibrations. I wanna go higher. Evolution depends on the type of vibrational input one seeks, especially whether this data is based on actual concrete data or conceptual crap, mumbo jumbo. An increase in the rate of vibration drives away lower vibrations. When these lower vibrations are eliminated, we attract higher vibrational data. Thus, each person willfully selects their own rate of vibration from lower to higher. Wow. Some people might say low vibration people develop a victim mentality. That would be me. I blame all my shit on other people. Who among you does not do this? Casteth the first stone. Maybe you don't. So it creates a vibrational cycle. Cognitive dissonance. Victimhood. Okay, that would be true, but there's also a lot of bullshitters that are really good creating fantasy reality. I would argue, though, I've talked about them on here. Some people are maybe unhealthily addicted to guys like David Icke or something like that. But then, when you think about it, and I say this straight out, wouldn't it be better for you to read the mountain of David Icke books, and get into him than freaking stream Netflix all day and night? Even though I would like to do that, and they have great shows to stream. I'm just saying. You're reading his books. Maybe you're becoming too much of a disciple of him, but you're slowing down your vibration, and you're reading. Reading is better. You have a better chance of when you read to slow down the vibrations and not get screwed over. I'm just saying. Okay. I really think that. Multiple realities consist of information fed into our brains via the senses, pervasive force fields through which the energy flows. Is there a Santa Claus? Yes. If you believe in Santa Claus, there is a freaking Santa Claus. There's no doubt about it. Your brain does not know the difference. So Annie Besant, if I'm saying her name right, that's ANNIEBESANT, stressed a few points. Her main, if you're going to get a takeaway from Thought Forms, short book, only slightly over 80 pages, short book by any sense of the word. Every thought emerges as a physical form. That's weird. Everybody generates these. They all assume shapes and colors. They persist as floating forms. Thought forms. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Again, she was sort of a disciple of Madame Helena Blavatsky. So people who are willful and strong. I've actually knew somebody that was many, many times over a millionaire. A willful person. Do I believe he could have done it? Do I believe with his will he could sit there and I want to win the lottery? Win. With all his will. Did he do it? Did he win? Claimed to have won some in Europe that were smaller amounts than here in the United States, which the lottery is extreme here. Some of us would say that the lotto is indeed a cruel tax on the poor and the stupid. But hey, if you don't play, you don't win, right? You don't play, you don't win. So we're alive and we radiate these vibrations. People who are good at them can manipulate, influence, or engage. They can screw with you. They can vampire you. They fuck with you, man. Thought forms as magic. Magic. So strength and jealousy and anger, passion, fear, rage, dreaming, greed, gloom, doom, depression, sadness gives a blue color, of course. High energy is a white light. Chi energy is white light. 10 minutes lagging behind. Crap. That's all right, Pedro. Good. I'm glad to be on here with you, brother. I hope this is a good one. I hope these book reviews are good. The only thing I hate about doing book reviews is people don't read books, but you got to have a niche. One thing that bothers me about YouTube is a lot of people get on here and they talk about celebrities, and there already are celebrities and other things for that, and I hate that shit. What's the sense in getting on here and talking about Jennifer Lopez or Arnold Schwarzenegger and shit? They're already famous and they're all about fuck them. Hear me now, believe me later. Work out. No, I like them. Fine. J-Lo, Arnold, be my friend. Okay. J-Lo. I'm completely weird tonight. You can't have coffee. Like, I don't know. Anybody see Fire Walk With Me? I love that scene. Fire Walk With Me. When the guy from 24, Kiefer Sutherland, is there with the guy Chris Isaac or something. They're playing. They're playing two FBI agents in Fire Walk With Me, and they're being interviewed by somebody, and he's like, caffeine is a drug, nicotine is a drug. Because some guy's making fun of people into drugs, and Kiefer Sutherland's like, caffeine is a drug, nicotine is a drug. It's a good line. Is it a good movie? Yeah, it's good. I couldn't really figure it out. Typical David Lynch. Is it awesome or is it a piece of shit? That would be David Lynch. He's awesome though, I guess. Thought forms. So people who are good at being willful can really influence people. You know, very deeply. I mean, obviously, you know, Jim Jones, the People's Temple. And I really, by the way, I hate the way people say you drank the Kool-Aid, because shit. That is the rudest, most disgusting thing to say, because Jim Jones conned all those people and they drank freaking Kool-Aid and they die. So I don't even really like the way people say you drank the Kool-Aid. I think it's actually a crappy thing to say when those people got taken by a charismatic, brilliant man who used his will and intellect to abuse people and control them. Puppet master scumbag. Tesla. If you understand frequency, sound, vibration, and you'll understand the workings of the universe. Frank Herbert put it that nicely in Dune. Thoughts have shape, sound has the rest. I love that reference, because that's sort of what we're talking about here. The method of warfare in Dune. They developed the use of sound vibration. Sophisticated sound vibrational weapons are in Dune, and that's kind of like what we're kind of talking about here. We're talking about thought forms. You have to watch your thoughts. We cannot let ourselves have the luxury of letting our thoughts drift into deep depression. You need to be out there. You need to be helping people, protecting people. Do not indulge in the luxury of depression. Is it hard to do? You bet your ass. Do we all do it? Yes. But try not to indulge in the luxury of drifting. Architecture is frozen mathematics. Music is fluid, dynamic mathematics. Yes. The power of the musical vibrations is incredible. For instance, Pedro's talking about Twilight Zone. I mean, that is a show that uses, in its theme song, it's so brilliant the way it triggers you when they play the theme song tonight. And the narrator's voice, dimension of sound and mind. It just, you can't wait to be a part of the story and watch it because of the because you're stuck in the Twilight Zone. Bob Smith, a scumbag. stuck in a world unbeknown to him. I can't even say it right, but you know it. You're triggered. I thought of this recently. They're coming out with someday, if they ever. I guess the AMC movie stock is through the roof because I guess someday. Oh, we're so lucky. We'll get to go to the movies again. Whoa. I guess we should be grateful, but I don't know. This trading went so intensely on this game, something stock and AMC theater, that I guess they're signaling that we may have the privilege of going out again. I've only got one listener, Chase, and it traded so much or something that broke the stock market, and I don't even know that game thing. I don't like video games because I would like them. They look too awesome, so I don't want to mess with them. Where was I? Oh, yeah, Top Gun. All right, Top Gun. You know, they play that bong. You know it's going to be Top Gun. Going way, 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 way back to the Pink Panther movies. The piano something makes that, and you know you can't believe it because it's going to be the return of Crusoe. And you do every installment of Star Wars. You couldn't wait to get to the point with that's horizontal scrolling thing and with the dun, dun, dun. I mean, the soundtrack is as good as the film itself. I mean, the Raiders of the Lost Ark theme, the Star Wars theme is incredible. Jaws, you know, you hear that, you know, or you hear the squeaking sound, you know that it's the psychopath of Psycho, and all these things trigger you, and these are huge. Bill Cooper's program on the is that the Fibonacci numbers? Yes, Fibonacci coding in the great cathedrals. Yeah, the cathedrals have those tri things and gorgeous gargoyles. They're intense. Genius went into it. They're fantastic. The Chrysler Building is good in terms of secular architecture. I don't know about One World Trade Center. Looks pretty glass, pretty cheap looking. I don't know. Chrysler Building is another deal. The old New York architecture is fantastic. The cathedrals of Europe, the Chrysler Building, fantastic. Empire State Building, pretty darn good. The other thing, I don't know. World Trade Center, the power of the massive United States is diminished from as soon as those massive towers that formed in 11 of some type went down. We knew that the power of the United States is diminished. You know, the empire, not what it was when those towers came down symbolically. No way. No way. When you saw those towers in the old pictures, you knew that New York was Gotham and they meant business. Now I don't know. Now I'd sort of say Londinium has some superior buildings. And look at pictures of Shanghai and Hong Kong. Well, Shanghai or some of those Chinese cities in China. Oh, whoa. For India, it's the Taj. For Spain and the former Moorish, it's the Alhambra. And I can't pronounce it, but that building in Dubai. Let me get the name of that. I just need to say that. I need to say that. What's the name of the damn building in Dubai? I need the vibration of the name of this building right now. The Burj Khalifa. Tallest building in the world, tallest freestanding structure in the world, highest number of stories in the world. So yeah, the United States, it's almost very, very bad. Very bad symbolically not to have the tallest building in the world. I think so. I'm telling you. Hear me now, believe me later. All right? I tell you the truth. No longer the tallest building. It impacts the thought form of it, impacts the psyche. I wish they had the pronunciation. The Burj Khalifa. The Dubai of the United Arab Emirates. Before that, in Taipei, there was another place. Incredible. I believe there's a Tom Cruise, because we keep talking about Tom Cruise. There's some movie where he goes up into that building. Got 5 listeners. We talk about thought forms. What are your thoughts on thought forms, guys? Guys. I love how everybody says the word guys when they're on the internet. Attractive women who do the ASMR. Guys, hi guys. Give to my Patreon, guys. Blavatsky had Pike as a lover. I did not know that. Ooh, it's crazy. They knew each other? Oh. Very weird. Almost surprising that his statue was top. Oh, I lost 1 viewer. I had 6. Almost. Now I'm down to 4. I don't know what I'm doing. I've got 5 likes. Guess that's good. The top of the Albert Pike statue, as they did Saddam Hussein. Anybody else want to weigh in tonight on thought forms? Is anybody a member of the Theosophical Society? Anybody read any books other than Stephen King? Can't believe that last thing people read are those dirty books, dirty Kindle books on Amazon. Romance books with the idealist people is so scary. Guys with the Fabio chest. That's what people really like. And what do people really look like? Wow. And they're huge. Let's check up on that. Very, very interesting. Tallest in the world since 2009. And if you want to go there, you got to go to Dubai and you got to go to 1 Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Boulevard and have a good time. It's got numerous records. World's highest restaurant, world's highest fireworks display. I guess they launched shit off it. Highest vertical concrete pumping. World's highest elevator. Building with the most floors. Tallest skyscraper at the top of the antenna. Previously was the Willis, former the Seals Tower in Chicago. Tallest skyscraper. Wow. What thought forms does this thing produce? Very amazing. Once upon a time, the Great Pyramid of Giza was the tallest thing. Now it's this baby. Thought forms. Oh, down to 3 people. Madame Blavatsky. Well, I think I might call it quits for tonight, guys. Thank you, Pedro. Sorry about the lag in your system. I hope my thing isn't lagging. I know some nights people complain that I get a lag on this thing. I have the sloppiest blog on all of YouTube, but we're building followers. Get out there. If you don't believe in anything, believe in me. Because we do it together. I need help. Stop telling people that they drank the Kool-Aid. That's mean because, you know, what the hell's his name? Jim Jones was skilled. A skilled manipulator. So give those people a break. Yes. 4th view. Anybody else want to weigh in tonight? Any questions? Anybody read the book Thought Forms? Are these my most annoying thought form eyeglasses? I wear these glasses because I don't go on the internet unless I'm on the internet. All right, guys, have a good night. Don't know if I'll be on tomorrow night. I don't know. I might be on Fortrain Worlds with some guys from the UK. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Hear me now, believe me later. Oh, wait, I got somebody, so I'm going to delay. I touched on it briefly on my research of Kandinsky. Oh, wait, Mike, wait a minute. Let me look this up. Just continue for a second. We've got to look up this guy for Mike G. Wait a minute. Mike G's on. Let's just briefly continue for a moment here. Sorry about this, Mike. I got to look up your guy. Who are you talking about? Is it an occultist? Is that Vasily Kandinsky? Whoa, this is a great one. Mike G bringing up some awesome shit that I never heard of tonight. Vasily Vasilevich Kandinsky. Vasily Vasilyevich Kandinsky was a Russian painter and art theorist, generally credited as a pioneer of abstract art, born in Moscow, Russia. Kandinsky spent most of his childhood in Odessa, where he graduated. Studied law and economics. This guy, Kandinsky. Oh, he's got good works. It's good. Oh, wait a minute. So, Mike, are you saying before we leave, Kandinsky paintings look like thought forms? Because they do to me. They do. Yeah. 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 These circles. Anybody want to? I'm really looking at the. Let me get the website here. The color patterns and everything totally look like thought forms. The sounds of colors is so definite that it would be hard to find anyone who would express bright yellow with his bass notes. Yeah, there's definitely a sound to color. Mike, I'm putting up this author, Vasily. Sorry, I love this. Anybody who comes upon it is learning a lot from Mike tonight. We're learning a lot on the Scotch channel here. From Mike G. and Pedro Rojas Cervantes. I'm a bit of a Don Quixote. I'm like Don Quixote. I really am deluded. I don't like real life. I'm like Don Quixote. All right. Yeah, I see what Mike's saying. All right, Mike. Sorry if I kept you. Thanks, Pedro and Mike, for talking. I will probably definitely be on tomorrow night, Thursday, and I hope you guys are good. And I hope this was helpful. Thought forms, Andy Besant. Be careful what you think, because you may produce negative vibrations, dark colors, crappy music, evilness, yuckiness, and badness. All right, guys. See you soon. Thank you, Mike G. and Pedro Rojas Cervantes. Good night.